Welcome everyone to our new podcast, Who Runs the NFC East. Four co-hosts who have been going back and forth in competitive trash talk for over 25 years. We will break down our games against each other's team that they play to have an analytic opinion from the perspective of a fan. And our thoughts moving forward mixed in with a little trash talk we all know between fans as well. Welcome to our new podcast, Who Runs the NFC East. Introducing my fellow co-hosts, Takara's Bunch, Stanley Autry, Tracy Monroe, PZ Head the Flash, and myself, Yusef Pridgeon. And we also have a special guest representing Philly.
Boo.
Sam, thank you so much for joining us. Now, going into week 7, we have some hot news that has been going around the NFL this morning, and it is concerning the Dallas Cowboys. And I would like to give the floor to Takar so he can explain to us what is going on.
Talk your talk, TB.
All right, so I don't know if you guys were listening this morning at 105 fan. It's on the Odyssey app. Hold on one second. Let me turn my GPS on. My GPS is talking, so hold on. Hold on. Let me park. I want to get this right. Hold on. Let me park. I'm fucking hot this morning. I'm hot.
He's heated. About as heated as an Eagle fan at Sirianni.
I'm good.
What's Sirianni?
Oh, you talking about that guy?
What's Sirianni do?
Yeah.
All he did was talk to the fans and let them know, like, basically stop complaining we went in the game. It looked like to me from the sidelines. And
Yeah, basically, shut up. We won.
All right, I'm gonna get to that too. But all right, so check this out. So, what's happening, everybody? My name is Takara's Bunch, as Yusef said, and I just want to welcome y'all to Who Runs the NFC East. So check this out, right? This morning I'm a little hot. I'm a little heated. For those of y'all that don't know, 105.3 The Fan is the Dallas Cowboys flagship station. One of the morning shows that's a great show is Shane and RJ. And this morning,
Talk your
Jerry
talk,
Jones.
TB.
Yes, sir. This morning, Jerry Jones get on the radio, right? As we all know as Cowboy fans, this man loved the media. He loved to put his face in a mic in his face, right? So this morning, Jerry Jones gets on the radio. And the first thing this man do is when they asking him questions, he get pissed off. He get a little mad because one of the hosts asked him why the lack of moves in the all season. As rightfully so, we sucking right now. We sucking right now because Jerry Jones and them suck. And Jerry took offense. And when he took offense, he pretty much threatened the host's job. Told him that he can get somebody else up there to ask questions. So I'm gonna say this. The words that are coming out of my mouth are owned by Takara's Bunch, not by those who are on this platform, who runs the NFC East. They are minds and minds alone. So if you want to get mad at me. I don't give a damn. But I'm going to tell you like this right here, Jerry Jones. You are a damn bum. You are the richest bum I know in my life. You are a $1 billion bum. And I'm going to tell you why.
This up.
As a business owner, as a business owner for over 20 years, one thing I've never done is made any of my employees feel less than. Made anyone who were under me or under my position as a retired military cat too, made anybody under my position feel less than. You, sir, are a damn bum. And I wish I was on 104.3, 105.3 The Fan, because this morning I would be on Indeed looking for a damn job because I would have gave it to your ass. But no, I wouldn't have been because I've been a boss for over 30 years. So therefore, I wouldn't have been looking for no damn job. What I would have been doing though is giving it to your ass, Jerry Jones, because you, sir, are a bum. Yes, we suck. And so therefore, for the rest of this year, sir, I'm rooting for Daniels and the damn Commanders.
What? You can't say stuff like that.
All right.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. I'm gonna tell you why.
What?
I'm gonna tell you why. We all
Say it one more time.
We all know.
Say it again.
No.
We all know.
No.
We all
What?
know. No, I'm gonna tell you why.
He never gets that late in the day, TB. Come on now.
No, listen.
Just be mad at JJ, not going along with
When
team commander,
no,
the
listen,
Commodore.
no, listen. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I make this statement. I make this statement because just like them, we have both been mediocre for the last I don't know how many years, right?
Right.
But unlike them, they finally seen the damn light, hired a decent coach, they got a quarterback, they started making some moves, they started picking up some players. They don't do it right. They suck in Washington. Don't get me wrong. I hate them. Don't get me wrong. But because they made the moves that a football team, not a country club team, not a team that is trying to make money and revenue. And look at the $1 billion play plan. Look what the hell I got. What about the football aspect of it, huh? Derrick Henry was right down the road. You ain't pick up the damn phone. Last year you said, yeah, last year you said we don't call nobody. They'll call. No, Jerry. Let me tell you something. Outside of what Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith, Nate Newton, and the rest of the boys did back in the 90s, you ain't did shit. Aikman, you ain't did shit, sir. That's why Aikman don't even rock with you. He cool, he cordial. He don't rock with you.
No,
they don't rock with you. You know why? Because you $1 billion bum, sir. You $1 billion bum. If my father was a multi-millionaire, and I was able to buy the Dallas Cowboys, and I was able to do the things that you did, you know the only thing you did right, you hired your friend Jimmy Johnson. That's the only thing you did right. Outside of that, sir, hey, and when you market the NFL, what you really should be is the commissioner, because that's what you really should.
Oh God.
What's him hiring, Jimmy? It was grand opening, grand closing. Because how do you
ran him out of town? He ran him out of town.
How do you fire a coach that's winning you Super Bowls? Ran him out of town, like Yusef is saying.
Because he didn't get him the shine. They gave the shine to the team and not him.
And
so
not
that's
him.
why
Here's another reason. Here's another reason why he's a bum. Amari Cooper. You traded him for what? For pennies.
For nothing.
Because you was mad because he didn't want to take your little COVID jab. That's why.
Fair, where's Amari Cooper?
Do we need to replay the Eagles crying? Because I knew you cried that day. He caught that pass. It bounced off and caught that pass.
Yeah, he doesn't have a quarterback. Amari Cooper and CD Lamb are one and the same, and I'm gonna tell you how. They both are great players. They both are decent route runners. They both got good hands. But when they know that, man, that I ain't got to fight for, when I don't got to do too much, I ain't gonna do but so much. I ain't gonna get killed out here now. I'm not going across the middle to go get killed, all because your ass is scared to throw the ball 25 more yards down the field or whatever. But I'm gonna tell you like this right here, man. My beef right now is with the front office. Stephen Jones, you better do something. You better get your daddy and send your daddy to the retirement home or something. You better do something. Y'all got to do something. Because right now what you doing is you losing us, cuz. You losing us. You losing us. I'm starting to give more and more about the damn NBA, and I ain't caring nothing about the NBA and since Michael Jordan damn retired. So I'm telling you, you losing us.
If we do a whole bunch of losing, the Dallas Maverick hat and shirt will be put on for the rest of the show.
Yeah, exactly, because they got Kyrie, a person similar to Amari Cooper with his own mind that didn't want to take the jab, but they said, you know what, I want to win versus them being morally right to the good old boys. Do something. It's trade deadline time. I'm telling this right here. My views and the things that I say is going to remain the same until I see y'all do something. Do something. Do something. Trade. It's trade deadline. Normally this time of year.
We got one more week left.
Normally this time, what I'm saying is normally this time of year is the time of year that we always make a trade, right when it's our bye week. So right now, what I'm calling for, Jerry Jones, is you better damn do something. Get off your ass. Do not bother these people. Don't be trying to damn be mad at these co-hosts and whatnot. It's your time. If you was a GM, if somebody else was the GM, if Stanley Autry, Yusef Prison, myself, or Tracy Monroe was the GM, you would have fired us a long damn time ago. Would have been somewhere right now looking for a damn job. But instead, what you do? You ain't gonna fire yourself. Nah, too much damn pride. You want to talk about how much you rather fly your helicopter and land it on the damn 50-yard line. Damn that. We want to win. I'm done.
Mm.
The
That's my 2
fan,
cents.
the Cowboys fan. The number one thing wrong with the Cowboys
Stephen
fan.
A. and JJ are one and the
Mm-hmm.
same. Look at me,
Like,
One
look
of
at me,
I'm
look
almost
at
speechless right
me.
now. I actually heard those words come out of his mouth. That is crazy.
yeah,
yeah, I'm
I
just that
mean,
pissed, bro.
That was wild.
I'm
he's
just
been
that pissed, bro.
he's been
I
the
I get
owner. He's been the owner for a long time.
yes.
Like, he didn't just become this guy; he been this guy,
Well,
Mm-hmm.
he
and
came
you all
in and
been
his
loyal to
first
him for a
order of business
long
was to
time.
he came in and his first order of business was to fire the coach, and
Hey, Tom
took and
Landry.
hired his friend Jimmy. He fired Tom Landry and he came in and hired his friend Jimmy Johnson, and Jimmy
Which
made
is a
that
good move.
magnanimous trade to the Vikings, and we had great years of history. Ever since then, the firing of his friend, because again, the spotlight wasn't where he wanted to be. We've kind of been mediocre ever since. We had
Well,
another Super Bowl, but after that, it's been mediocre bills ever since.
and I think
Yeah.
he's giving you guys plenty of opportunities if you wanted to change your allegiances. You know, it wasn't too long ago that when the kneel down was an issue, he came bluntly and pretty much told the players and pretty much all of you all as well, either you're gonna walk this line or else. I mean, this
But
has
see,
been
but
your owner.
Mm-hmm.
So the way he's talking this morning, he already showed you this. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like
We all already
selective,
thought that.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
selective anger right now. I mean, Jerry
no,
has
no,
been
no,
Jerry
no, no,
for the
no.
long
I ain't.
haul.
Well, now coming from coming from Commander fans, Stan and Yusef, what will it take to Dan Snyder him out of there?
Well, I'm glad you should
Dan
ask.
A,
Snyder him out of there.
Yes,
Yes,
because
a
Exactly.
sexual assault allegation?
No, that don't want to even work. That
That
won't
won't
even work.
work.
that
Nope.
won't work because
They
Dan
tried. They tried.
Snyder before he left tried to get him into racist trouble
No,
with
they
the
no.
old photo of blocking the schoolhouse.
No, they tried to get him on a I don't know if I want to bring this back up, but they tried to get him on the cheerleading going overseas type party type thing. They tried to get him on that, but that
No, bring
didn't
it all
stick.
up. Bring it all up.
But
His
it was
ass
some
got to go.
things.
you
So it was a whole bunch of stuff that they was trying to get Snyder out of there, and what got him out of there is that they went and attacked the sponsorships. So you have to understand that Jerry
That's
Jones
not
is a
gonna
media
work.
guy. Jerry Jones is a media guy.
Yeah,
Hmm.
he knows how to
Jerry
play
Jones,
ball.
he know how to play ball. He know how to make deals. He know how to do this. It's going to be kind of hard to because like FedEx Field, every stadium is called something. You know what I mean? Like it's some type of company. It's some type of whatever. It's some type of
Hmm.
this. So it's like they have when billionaires
AT&T.
become billionaires, they have a lot of AT&T. They have a lot of corporations that they come together to help build that money. The minute that something happens to the point where they start to pull away and it affects the bottom line,
Yep.
is when they're going to make that move. So they finally got Snyder because Snyder said for years, what y'all going through right now is what we went through 20 years ago. Y'all just now tasting this.
No,
You know
no,
what I
no, no,
mean?
no,
So
no,
it's
bro.
just like, so now it's just,
We've
yeah,
been tasting it for
it was the
years, bro.
start. I'm trying to tell you.
The
No, no,
problem with
no, no,
Jerry.
no. But y'all been having hope though.
Yeah, we
Yeah, we've
always
been
got
having
hope.
hope,
Y'all
and
been
like
having hope. I'm talking about as far as like, I'm talking about physically feeling something against your owner. Like we didn't like our owner for the longest. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But we just couldn't do anything about it. Y'all just right now having feelings about your owner. Y'all had his back for ever.
No,
You know what I mean?
and to add, like Yusef is saying, millionaires and billionaires are that because they don't spend their own money. They spend
Mm.
your money and they spend advertisers' money, and they get financial backers, whether it's through the stock market or through you paying for services or whatever. They spend your money, not theirs.
Yeah, you affect that bottom line, you'll see change. It's what it is.
the thing about it is this, it's like this right here, man. When you are that rich and you're that wealthy and you're uberly wealthy and you know you straight, you don't want to listen to nobody but your damn self because you feel like, why would I
Right.
listen to you
For sure.
Self-made.
when I'm self-made? Well, I'm here to tell you, man, it's not about the money. It's not about the money. I can walk out. I can get out of my truck right now and meet a homeless man that's gonna give me some wise words. People have give me some wise words that's gonna stay with me for the rest of my life that are gonna be great. Jerry Jones is just not a good person. He
You're a mean one, Mr. Grant.
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
Controversy creates cash.
Derrick Henry right down the street. Let's go get him. Hey, check this out. What's the GM in Philly?
Howie Roseman.
The GM Roseman wouldn't
Uh,
have did that. You're right. He would have went and got Derrick Henry. He would have screamed. He would
Just
have
like
jumped
they
up and
got
down on
Saquon.
the table.
yeah.
He would just like with Saquon. This right here. Listen, I love Ezekiel Elliott. God knows I do. But he's the thunder. He ain't the lightning. We ain't got no lightning. Where the hell is the lightning? Now Derrick Thunder is thunder and lightning. That's a bottle in one. Saquon Barkley, he's lightning. He got a stash of thunder. But Zeke is all thunder. He's 3 yards. 3 yards. I got 3 yards. Yeah, I'll give it to Zeke. If it's goal line, I don't know.
Goal line plays.
We
Bloop,
suck.
bloop, bloop.
We suck. But I'm gonna tell you this though, and this is a true Cowboy fan here, y'all. We beat them down 40.
you back on the bandwagon that quick? If y'all beat the 40,
No, I'm not back on
49ers aren't the 49ers right now either, so
I'm not
it
back
don't
on the
matter.
bandwagon. I'm not back on the bandwagon, but what I will say is we beat them 49ers. And then I think we have
you
another great
recant.
game. Oh, we got Atlanta. And is it Atlanta? Atlanta. We beat the 49ers. We beat Atlanta. We at least in a decent say we at least gonna be what I said we was gonna be. The top of the NFC East by the end of the season, but we're gonna suck in the playoffs. That's my prediction at the beginning of this season. I'm gonna stay that way until we lose to 49ers in Atlanta. Once we lose to them, man, tank this thing. Throw this thing in the river and get me a bad, nasty
You,
defensive tackle that sits in the middle who raised by a single mama and her rent late and this nigga coming in and he gonna wreck. That's what we want. So I believe in Coach Prime. When Coach Prime said that, I'm still tanking for Coach Prime, y'all. I want Coach Prime. That's who I want. I want a multi-million dollar coach who will tell Jerry Jones, fuck you. That's what I want.
but cars, won't that be more of the same like showism and hey, look at us,
Yes,
because
yes,
he's
it
not
will.
doing that well
It,
in Colorado.
it will. But the difference is Dion want to win too. He's gonna look good while he win. Just like us. Just like us. We want to win. We want to brag. We want to boast. We want to talk about how sorry y'all are. But we can't do that right now. You know why? Because we got a coach that sits on the sideline and he says, instead of, hey, come here. Huh? Get outside again. Get outside again. I dare you. You're going to sit your ass down. That's what Jimmy Johnson did. When a player, I forget the player name, he fell asleep during the meetings. Jimmy Johnson cut him. He said, nah, you out. You ain't making this. Nah, you. And he was a decent player. He's like, nah, you out. Now they asked him if Michael Irvin would have fell asleep, what he'd have did. He said Michael Irvin would have just been in the damn game. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is nobody's afraid. Nobody's scared. You can tell by the way Jerry Jones talked on the radio today. Everybody's afraid of him. Nobody want to tell Jerry, fuck you. Nobody. I would.
I do.
Right.
We say it all the time.
Y'all are from other cities. Y'all represent
See,
other
We
entities.
say it all the time.
I would even if he was signing my check, bro. I would even if he was signing my check. I stand on business, bro. Like, listen, I'm Malcolm, I'm not Martin. That's why I've never been a cotton picker, bro. That's why when people like him that gonna belittle his daggone employees, bro, that took me to another place, bro. Because I know as a former business owner
I feel
for
you.
so many years, I've had some
He
dumb ass.
already did that, bruh. But he had
No, he
already did that. He did that
Yeah.
when they kneeled. He did. I promise you, when
Not only
they
that,
Yeah,
kneeled,
not
he
only that,
yeah.
did
the ad
dig.
was Stan is saying when they had the tuna, Bill Parcells,
Mm-hmm.
they clashed. Bill Parcells took the rings and said, "We're going to run this way," and Jerry said, no, Bill, come here, let me talk to you," and then that was the end of it.
What's the name did
Bam.
the same thing. Dan Snyder
I'm not even
and Jerry
I'm not
Jones was
even gonna
literally
look at
almost the
I'm
same
not even
people.
gonna
We did that with Martin Schottenheimer. Same thing. As a coach that came in, that was a good coach. He didn't want to listen to the owner. The owner, them, they clashed, and then they got rid of him. That was our only. We went 0-8 and then won 8 games after that. That was the only time that they said if you believe in his system, he'll make it work. Even when that progression happened, he got rid of him that year because they clashed. It's when owners have that type of, you know, that bully in them, if you want to call it that. You know, they gonna exercise it every time they want to show their powers,
well
and it's
one thing for
unfortunate,
certain,
but that's your guy.
and two things for sure. Me and my wife always go to training camp at least once every 2 or 3 years. And I
Same.
promise y'all this shit. I promise y'all this. If we suck this year and they don't make no moves, I promise y'all. I'm a journalist now, so I know how to get credentials, so I can get like up close and personal. Let me tell you
Mm-hmm.
something. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna say my piece. I'm gonna say my piece because Jerry Jones don't sign my check. I'm gonna say my piece. I'm gonna say
You gonna
my
be
piece.
like that fan that got mad at Michael Parsons and started cussing at Michael Parsons.
But see, the thing about it is I'm not
You
gonna
seen that
cuss.
video, haven't you?
No, I haven't, but I'm gonna research it. Please send it to me because I know you got it. I'm gonna tell
All
y'all,
right,
man.
I'll get it to you.
It's a problem when people don't listen. You gotta listen. And even though he's here, he has to listen at the ground because he's losing us, man. I'm gonna turn this over to y'all. I'm gonna be quiet as hell for the rest of the show because I've done said all I need to say.
Good, because
No, please don't. Please don't.
you used the
This
first
is
20 minutes
comedy.
up on that.
We,
Is this also the take for the game this against the Lions? Like, should this all be inclusive of that as well?
Because
I
that
mean,
hadn't even been mentioned.
Well, the Lions, I told y'all Cowboys by 3, but I told y'all also realistically, I said Lions by 3. I said Cowboys by 3, but I really meant Lions by 3. But at the same time, we got blew the hell out. Well, I'm gonna
mm,
tell you like this right here, man.
mm,
I hope the 40. Deep down, I really hope we win against the 49ers. Don't get me wrong. But if we lose, let us lose like we lost last week. Every damn week. Let us lose like we lost last week, Jesus. Let them score 40 every week. And we're going to lose like last week so I can get out walking with my wife and my dog and have me a good Sunday instead of worrying about what they did back then. See, the
mm.
Yeah, you
moment
go
I
jogging.
separated myself and I allowed myself to enjoy my Sundays and not let them dictate my happiness is the moment I became this guy right here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm telling y'all straight up, listen, I hope we lose. If the 49ers going to win, Dewey Williams, if your team win, I hope they win by 40. And that's all I'm going to say.
not Dewey. Shout out to
Mhm.
Dewey.
Oh my
Shout out.
gosh.
You
I
feel the
need to
same,
get Dewey on.
Peasy?
I'm
Is
going to
that
get
Yeah,
your
Dewey on.
review?
I
Is
want
that
to
your
win,
review of the
but
last game?
I want us to go in a different direction. I have that sentiment of the cars, but I still want to win. Where it takes us, I don't know, but I want to win. I want to at least win the division, like we were talking about at the beginning of the season.
We should.
Just
We should.
because
We still
we're
should.
going to be picked on regardless, win, lose, whatever. The Eagles could win one game, 1.5 games, and they still people still gonna make memes and relentlessly talk about not their team, but the Cowboys. People know more about the Cowboys than their own team.
Breaking
So
news:
since you
Devontae
guys
Adams
like to
is
bring
going
up
back to the
history all the
Jets.
time,
Going to the
That's
yeah,
not
Jets.
that's not
he's going to
breaking.
suggest.
We
He's
knew
going to the
that's
Jets.
old
Yeah,
now. Two
yeah.
two 3 hours old.
So
Yeah.
so since Cowboy fans like to bring up history of you 5 Super Bowls whenever you get upset, have you
No,
ever noticed in football history that when a team has turmoil in their front office and their team and outside distractions that they play well during the season?
elaborate.
Not that I can, not in my recollection of history.
Yeah.
See,
So with that being said, there's no hope for you guys this year at all.
oh, oh no,
How y'all fall for that? Yeah.
There's no hope. It's okay. Just accept it. It's fine.
there's no hope for nobody. There's
It's
no
okay.
hope for
No,
no team on this.
we're gonna do like most. we're gonna do like most Giants and Commander fans, and just have game by game victories. If we beat y'all, it'll be our Super Bowl. Beat the Eagles, it'll be our Super Bowl. Beat the Giants, it'll be our Super Bowl.
You know what's
It'll
fun?
be
You know
our
what's
NFC Championship.
Sham, you know what's fun about this? Since you're the first lady of who runs the NFC East right now?
Yeah.
The fact that you actually get to see humble Cowboys. This is hilarious.
It's fantastic, and I appreciate that you left us out of that because we are the most real of the fans. We don't go into games go into seasons thinking we gonna win anything.
No, y'all just throw beer on people and say
We realistic about what our
they
season
hold.
gonna look like. If we even make the playoffs, we surprised and we still mad. So it's okay.
I don't know. These new Eagle fans think they're going to win the division every season, and they're starting to smell their own.
They're being us.
Because they didn't suffer. They didn't suffer the history.
Not the 80s and 90s Eagles fans.
Because they didn't suffer the history. They didn't have to sit around for like most of their lives and wish for a Super Bowl or even get there and lose by 3. So they only been around since 2017. That's all they know is we could win. But no, I've been around since I was a child watching these bums lose every year. So
Well, you all are the only ones of the NFC East that won this past weekend. So, how was that game for you all against the Browns this weekend? What's your take on that?
Who did they beat?
5 dumpsters.
It was trash
The
because they
Browns.
struggled.
The Browns. You
Also,
beat
too, they
the
struggled
Browns
again.
20-16. And they almost came back and won. Like what the hell?
Right. And that's
So
hate
what-
aside that was not a ultimate victory. Ours was terrible.
A win is a win.
is a win.
But like,
Yeah.
right.
but I've been telling Stan this since it happened. I have no faith in Vic Fangio running the defense. Who did he stop in Miami? Nobody. Who said, "Oh, we got to get this guy up in here"? Only game that I looked at and was like, "All right, cool. He might be on to something here." Was against New Orleans, and then after that, it all went to shit. And we went after a bye week, which is cool. So I expected us to win, but the way that we won was it was ugly. It was disgusting. That's not how you want to win games.
So is the defense, is that what is where you think that your team needs to be stronger since you was, I guess, barely scraped past the Browns? So where do you think that they should be doing better? Or because I think y'all got AJ Brown back. I think y'all got everybody back.
We got
they
everybody
got
back
AJ
on
back.
offense. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. We got
Okay.
everybody back on offense.
So is that just like I guess.
But we lost somebody. We lost Dallas Goedert, another hamstring injury. So that's
tight
gonna-
end.
Yep.
So was that like what's the word? Not a connection thing, but just the timing thing because they haven't played in a while together. So is that just something that you think that might be going better going forward since they got their first game back in, or how do you think that they should have played against the Browns?
I think they should have put the Browns away early, but for some reason they couldn't do that. I do not know why. And I mean, honestly, I had a lot more respect for Kellen Moore coming in because I saw what he did as a Cowboys coordinator. I kind of felt like he was decent there. Even offensively, and see, this is the thing about Jalen. He's had too many coordinators over the last 5 seasons. Like, you got a different coordinator every year.
Every year.
Jason Campbell, perhaps.
Yeah, for sure. I like
No,
Jason Campbell.
He thrived under Shane
Should have went
Steichen.
got Jason Garrett.
Bye.
And I can't believe I said
You
that.
think so?
I said that. Yes. Yeah. Jason Garrett is predictable, but when his stuff works, oh my God, it works. Kellen Moore, see, this is the problem, right? And I hate it as a Cowboy fan. I think Peasy, you're gonna love this. Your problem is you got Kellen Moore and your
You got
defense.
my crayons.
Washington problem is y'all got our old defensive coordinator who don't learn from his mistakes, and you have a rookie quarterback who they're starting to dive in his tape. So this year, yeah, y'all done. The Giants, we know they done, and we know we done. The question is the fun part. This is like who runs the NFC East is almost like fantasy football. The fun part about this is ain't none of us gonna gain anything, but who gonna be the best in our little, you know what I'm saying?
Now, I will say this, being realistic, to add of all 4 teams, the most promising for the future, and is the
Say it.
Commanders.
You
It's
can
the
go ahead and say
Commanders.
it. You can say it.
They have the best future. Everybody
Nah,
else, we're
Yeah.
just saying. But
Ray,
if
You
they
know what
put the
y'all?
right pieces there,
I
they can
pride
have.
myself on being a truth teller, and that's the truth.
And that's all. And that's all we ask. That is
but
all
listen,
we ask. Because
but
we,
listen,
like I said, we'll talk noise and
rewind,
trash in between everybody. We just
rewind,
gotta add the truth in there just a little bit.
rewind the tape
And
to
honestly,
week
y'all
one.
got a new everything. Y'all got new owners, new staff,
Everything.
new QB. You got the Jack Kent curse off of your back. Like
Yes. You
y'all
got
the
the new.
ones
We got new
that's
water
like
boys.
poised.
Everybody.
Yeah, you got new water.
You
Yeah.
got everything.
Absolutely.
Just
And high
hopefully,
quality H2O. You understand me?
Yep.
just
Linux Field
hopefully,
is cleaner than it's ever been.
just hopefully,
Filtered.
people
Filtered
will
But
watch
he's
the
water.
videos and watch the tape and see his bad points, and then they can react from that. Because there was a guy named Dak that was awesome in 2016 when there was no
yeah.
film on him. So
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's
Who's
not
still
what Dak's
I
problem
mean,
is.
there was a guy named Carson Wentz that was awesome in 2016 and didn't have film on him. So don't use that.
Yeah,
no.
man.
Listen,
That's not. That's what. Yeah,
I'm
that's
just
not what
saying
Dak's problem is.
when they sit down and
See
study
how
these
that
films,
turned out.
and they it
That's not
it
what
ends
Dak's
bad.
problem is. That's not what
no.
Dak's problem is. I'm telling
Dak
you,
is decent.
like I
Dak
know.
is
Listen, no.
that.
The problem is once you get the bag, once you get the money, the
Mm-hmm.
game changes for these guys, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's too
They
much
relax.
money in the game.
They relax.
Yeah.
They want to stay safe. They're not going to
Mm-hmm.
risk it all. I'm
Albert
telling
Look
you,
what
Hainsworth.
look what
it
happened.
Ooh.
changes.
Mm. Oh no, that's a different story. That's a whole nother story.
Well, Albert
It happened,
Nah,
though.
That
Albert
was just a
Hainsworth.
It
con.
happened.
That was a
con
Go
man.
whole
to
nother
it.
story.
That was a
Albert,
con
That was a
man.
whole
you
nother story.
go to it. Talk about it. What did we
Oh,
see
if you, if,
happen with
all
Albert
right.
Hainsworth?
Brief synopsis on what happened with Albert Hainsworth is that when he became a free agency out of Tennessee, he came over to DC and we had a 4-3 offense. He loves the 4-3 offense. That's what he said he was going to run based off of how he does that. When he came over to DC that next year, we changed our head coach and he wanted to run a 3-4. They wanted to put him at the nose guard. He said he doesn't want to put it as a nose guard because that's too much pressure that he won't last in the NFL like that. So they made him put him as a nose guard as a 3-4. So what he did was as though he told DC or the Redskins at the time to kiss his butt. And this is what I'm
Rightfully
going
so.
to do. I'm not going to play your game, and I'm not going to do what you said. I said this is not what I signed up for. Because when they switched his whole rule in front of him to make him, I guess, put that much pressure on his body, his back, and because he likes to play a certain way, and he was one of the rebels who said I'm not going to listen to you. So therefore, he played the way he played. So I can't be mad at that, but I'm mad at that as a fan because that we lost the potential of a good player.
You can be
So-
mad at that two ways. If he
Yes.
was a rookie, could he come in and say the same thing?
Right.
No.
He
That's
would have
what
been
I'm
made to
telling you.
adjust.
Right.
Exactly. Once you get the money,
And he got paid enough money to adjust.
you change.
100 million.
And that's
Right.
what I'm saying. It
Okay.
comes
Yeah,
down to the
for sure.
borderline.
Right.
You get the
Mhm.
money, all of a sudden it's like, I'm telling you what I will and won't do because I make more money than my coach. So
Mhm.
how you going to tell me what to do? That's what's wrong with
And it-
that.
and it-
That's what you're going to see happen with CD Lamb. CD Lamb has his money. It's changing. Once Micah get his
Listen.
money, it's going to change. It's too much money now.
It won't when
All our
Coach
greats
Prime.
that we grew up off of, they did. Listen, that's what I'm saying. All our money, all the greats that we grew up loving, they didn't make a lot of money.
Mhm.
So
Right.
they really
They were hungry.
loved the game and stayed hungry. We
As
got
you said,
guys that
Takaris.
making $60 million for one season, throwing 3 picks a game.
How many
Yeah.
playoff games he won?
So, Carl,
What?
you said it earlier, didn't you? You said it earlier, didn't you? You want somebody, you want a single mom with a this and a that and blah, 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 blah. What you were just explaining was hunger. Once you're not hungry no more, you play safe. Because you want to at least work out live out your contract so you don't play with that much,
Which is-
effort anymore. Some
which is
people do.
part-
I'm not
yeah.
saying that they all don't, but some do. But
Okay.
Which is part
One
of the
question.
reason why everyone so far is like the Washington football team. I still can't say the C word.
Right,
The
it's
Washington
pretty
team
weird.
It's right behind you.
Commodores.
Just turn around and read
It's
it.
behind me, but I can't say it. I can't say it.
Kansas City Commodores.
I know.
But it's like the reason why you see the potential there is because our quarterback is playing on a rookie deal.
Mhm.
Everyone's kind of hungry. Our
Mhm.
D tackles got injured. because they got the money. But everybody else is playing for money. They playing for contracts, future extensions. As soon as people get paid, Washington ain't going to be doing well either. So luckily for us, our receiver who got paid, he's still playing very hard. He got a different heart.
Yeah,
but there's
he's
some
a
cats
different
that ain't
animal.
got it.
He's a whole different animal.
They got
That's why I
some
love that
cats.
dude.
17.
Yeah, they got some cats that just
Speaking of
won't
y'all
play.
receiver, Terry McLaurin, I love that guy, by the way. I can't stand that y'all have him too. But go ahead.
He's a great guy. Keep it up,
He's
Terry.
a great person. He's a great person in
Keep
general.
it up, Terry. Shout
Yeah,
out.
for sure.
I don't like nobody but your quarterback.
I love that guy.
I don't like nobody
Say
but
what
your quarterback. I don't like nobody but your quarterback.
That's
But
okay.
Stanley, I gotta ask you a question.
Oh, you ain't gotta like him, but you gotta respect him, though.
I gotta ask you a
Right
question.
with McLaurin and Jaden Daniels. I'm not even going to front. That's good.
My question to you is
Man,
this,
he's
because
been
y'all know,
consistent no matter what.
y'all know, I'm on the Coach Prime. I'm on the Coach Prime train early. So my question is this,
Right.
because you said something earlier that was interesting. If I'm making more than my coach, then why should I respect you? So my question is this, Stan. Since you're the only
That ain't what
linebacker
I'm saying that's what some guys
I
be
know
saying that.
what those guys say. So my question to you is this: as the only former linebacker, at the collegiate level on the phone, on the podcast, my question to you is this: would you play harder for a Coach Prime, or would you play harder for a Coach Zim? Now, Coach Prime ain't even an offensive coach. I mean, he not even a defensive coach. I think he just delegates everything. But Coach Zim actually, with the defense, he got his hands on the defense. So, would you want a defensive-minded coach, or would you want a coach that really sees the whole game and make quarterbacking decisions from his standpoint with the progression of the team, or would you want a coach who, I need you to put your hands in the dirt, I need you to do this right here and do it my way, because that's the only way we can win. Like, what type of coach would you rather play for?
From a distance, because I don't know either one of them man to man, so it's hard to say. But I would actually, on defensive side of the ball, prefer a defensive minded coach, because at the end of the day, Zimmer did work for Coach Prime. I don't believe in Coach Prime Takars. Like, I know that's your guy, but like I said, I have never seen him win the game at the end of the year, which usually means you won the trophy. So whether it was Jackson State, he didn't win it all. He lose to the MEAC. He goes to Colorado. He loses at the end so far. Like, he has not won the bowl. I'm waiting for a bowl trophy, not a little league, a bowl trophy from any college level. Zimmer, on the other hand, I've seen him have success as a head coach, as a defense coordinator. I'm not saying he should be working with you guys. I know Robert Saleh is available, so maybe he'll end up with Philly or somewhere else. Washington needs a defense coordinator that can really work with Dan Quinn's players, but our personnel got to get fixed. But at the end of the day, as a linebacker, you need or if as a defensive person, period, you need a coach that really understands what it takes to face the different offenses that you're going to see and the personnel packages that you're going to see and the personnel that you're actually playing with. Because you have to have people motivated. When they grown men, they just got to be motivated every Sunday, Monday, or Thursday to show up and give their all. Because like you just said, they got a nice check. They're going to get paid whether they play well or not. So at the end of the day, you just got to have them motivated to play. And to motivate men on a weekly basis ain't as easy as it sounds. There's a lot of personality in that. So to get people to want to show up and risk it, and like you said, run through a wall in today's time, it takes a special kind of a leader. A leader amongst men is what you hear. That's really what it's going to take.
Because Jerry Jones said something. He said that we didn't go out and draft, we go out and pick up nobody because he felt like we had good personnel on the field. We already had good personnel. That's what he said, right? So my question was this: why were they on the bench last year, Jerry? Why were they on the bench? They should have been starting last year, right? So that means they weren't good enough last year, right? So what are we going to do this year? I got to go to the doctor, y'all, so it's been great. I love you all. I can't wait the next week. I'm going to try to get Dewey Williams to come on here, 49ers fan, the week we play the 49ers. But until Jerry apologizes for the mess he did today, or he make a blockbuster trade, or something for the rest of this year, hell to the damn Redskins.
No, come on, man.
Y'all
That is
heard him.
despicable.
That's his sign off. I heard him.
I'm a unhear. How you feel about that, Mr. Peasy?
He's just mad right now. He'll be okay. I pat him on the back. He's just mad right now.
You heard what the
Hey,
man
Yusef,
said.
hit your mic. Hit your mic. You're
Yeah,
not.
you muted.
You
Sorry
muted.
about that. Yeah. I forgot we had some background things going on. Sorry about that. Yeah, I said I meant to get his prediction before he left.
He'll give
Just
it
hit him
to
on
us,
the
man.
chat or the
What
text.
he need a prediction for? They off this week.
Oh, that's right. Never mind.
Yeah. We
I forgot they have a bye
it's
week.
our bye
Good.
week. Bye week.
But-
Then we come to San Francisco, or San Francisco comes to us.
But that was a good segue. He wanted us to talk about the Washington-Baltimore game. So
Yeah.
we can get into that. You want to go first, Yusef?
Sure. I figured that we was going to lose the game, but I really wanted it for us to win it because I knew that Baltimore was, they're Baltimore, and you have the 2-time MVP of the league going against the rookie, so I kind of knew how the storyline was going to play. I just wanted it to be a competitive game, which it was. So we appreciate that. So it's only down by 7. You just wanted to see how he would handle a big game, during that time against a really good team. It's like technically the second best team in the league as of right now. So that was good. The thing that I did not appreciate, like I say, is Stan calls the zebras. But I'm not in the NFL, so we can talk about them because normally you can't talk bad about say anything.
You're
about
not
the
getting
zebras.
fined.
I'm not getting fined at all. So, but there were a couple calls that just when they replayed it, it wasn't there. There was even. And it's not because how some people say you can't blame the refs because you can't put yourself in that position to leave it in the refs' hands, yada yada yada. But the one thing that they did is that there can be crucial times where a call could change the momentum of a play. It could be crucial times where it can extend the play in order for that team to get a second chance to be able to score because the offense is good. It's not like they're not well to the point where they might go another 3 and out. So, but it was a holding call that wasn't there. There was a pass interference call where the receiver tripped over his own feet and fell into the DB. They called a pass interference call on him, which extended the play, which got him out of that 3rd down. That happened 2 or 3 times where they was 3rd and long. And if you give them a second chance, you will always bite the bullet sometimes. So with that being said, it could have been a different game. But
there was one that got called that should have been on the Ravens, and they picked up the flag.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So it was one of those situations where it's like, what can you do? But the fact is that they both play well, so there's still the potential. It's not like he his hype went down. So it's a thing. The one thing that I am appreciative though, because I didn't say this on the past few podcasts that we've said when we was talking about hires. So everybody's talking about hires. Do you know that we hired the Giants offensive line coach last year, and they had the worst offensive line
in the NFL. In the NFL, not just the division.
Not just the division, the NFL. And all of a sudden now he's keeping Jaden upright. Of course you get a sack every now and then, everybody does. But the fact that they haven't allowed a sack, that is very impressive on that side of the ball.
Until that day.
Until Baltimore.
Well, I mean,
well, and that's one of the things I noticed just as a football fan. She watched that game. It was a very exciting game. I never rooted harder for the Ravens in my life, except for when
we appreciate y'all support
a couple days ago.
A
couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I mean, but I did notice how many times they were able to get to him, as opposed to games earlier this year where no one can get to them.
Yeah, exactly.
No one could get to him. They got to him, I think, 3 times or 4, 3 or 4. I think it was 3, maybe. But I did notice that, and I was like, okay, now it's going to be a rough road for this kid for the rest of the game. Once I noticed that, but listen, if the Giants offensive line coach sucked last year, and to your point, he's barely getting touched this year. What does that say about the Giants organization?
Good point. That is a very good point.
That's a very good point.
Sorry,
we're in trouble, but they're in trouble
to defend that on behalf of the Giants. But
I don't like Giants fans, so this is fine.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take this part and we're going to send it to a Giants fan and have them answer the question. That's what we're going to do.
Plenty, and I hate them all, so it's fine.
Oh, you do? But we need a representative every now and then. We need a
representative. Definitely need one.
But yeah, you bring up a good point because before this game, Jaden been averaging about 60 yards rushing just himself. I think he only ended with about 22 yards rushing. So without him being able to have that triple threat effect, so to speak, it really made it a little less dimensional to fear what he can do, which he still, like you said, Yusuf, he did well still in playing overall, but it took away from it. And I don't know how much Brian Robinson missing the game factors into that, because just having Ecular and his backup kind of fill in to try to do that. Yeah, McNichols, like they can't really create the Russian. So the Russian side of the Washington game wasn't a full threat like it normally is. So it really was a passing situation. But like you said, Yusuf, to kind of hang in there and lose by like a touchdown, it did look like, yes, the Zebras helped Baltimore. But as I've been saying all season, on the defensive side, it also felt like defensively, if you hand the ball to Derrick Henry, if you pitch it to him, there's no D end in sight that is
can't let him get
stretching the play to the sideline. Like
I've been saying that all game. Don't let him get vertical.
No idea.
6'3", 240, like you're not stopping that.
Yeah, don't let him get vertical.
Whatever he weighs.
It's crazy. It's like,
I'm a grown man.
that actual play starts at the Boys and Girls Club. Like sweep right, sweep left. Everyone knows it. You only have to be a football guru, and it's like you in a professional football league.
Let him get vertical on the.
You cannot know how to at least force it back inside.
Right.
If you made him turn to go the other way, fine. Like you said, we saw Bo Jackson, Barry Sanders. They used to have to reverse field sometimes because people like, hey, we know you trying to get to the outside, so you got to go back the other way and make some miracle happen. No one's doing that to Derrick. Derrick takes a pitch, and he just goes around.
There was one time he had the biggest hole. I mean, he just literally walked through that. It was like a first and goal or second and goal right there. He just ran right through the hole.
No one touched him.
I'm a big Derrick Henry fan, but he has a weakness. If you get him running sideline to sideline, you can get him down very easily.
He can't run east and west.
He's not agile. But if he get vertical and he get 2-3 steps going forward, you're gonna have a tough time. So the whole time is when you throw a sweep, you're running lateral. So you have to, like you said, if you make him change direction, his feet gonna start titter-tattering because he can't get his feet right to get back in full stride. But those are the plays that he runs. He's an A-gap runner and he's a pitch runner. But if you know that, because remember last week when I was talking about the people that we needed to stop, and I said we need to stop Lamar, Zay Flowers, and Derrick Henry, and then they'll have a tough time.
You could not stop Zay Flowers.
They were trying to compare
yards. No,
man, Zay ate us alive.
Yeah, I looked at that game though as the battle of the defensive lines, right? Because the secondaries were getting chewed up on both sides. Like the Ravens couldn't stop McLaurin, Ertz, y'all, and old guy Mark Andrews had some big plays. Zay Flowers just ate up on y'all. Like to me, from what I was watching, it was like, okay, which defensive line is going to hold more? And it was basically the Ravens, and that's basically to me from what I saw.
Tell of the game,
was the difference in the game. Yeah,
that's the tell of the game. Because if you ask us how many sacks did we get on Lamar, it doesn't really compare. Like the pressure we got, because Lamar was able to have success running the ball. Yeah. So, he saw more opportunities. If he didn't give it to Derrick, he's going around the other end and running. And because that run game was there, when they need to pop it to Zay Flowers or Mark Andrews, like those guys was wide open. And I've already said the DBs for Washington suck. Trash. Big trash.
I feel like that's like an epidemic across the league, though. DBs are just not. I mean, I don't know. I always feel like the Eagles secondary is trash.
The game has been against the DBs anyway because it's a passing league now. So the DBs have to play a certain way. They can't play as aggressive as they used to. Yes, so they're gonna always look a little suspect as far as like the skill position of the team, because they have to mirror everybody. So they can't touch them. They can't do anything. They always have to do whatever.
They can touch them. They just scared because at the end of the day,
they don't want to get the call.
To touch them, that means.
Right.
Well, I mean, but it also means I have to come up to the line of scrimmage, and I have to be able to have confidence that I can stay with you. That my jam is strong enough within these 5 yards that even if you get around me, I can catch up to you. If I
Correct.
don't think I can run with you, I'm giving you 10 yards at the line of scrimmage. And that's
Every
what we
time.
see
And
in the game. They back off.
cannot stand that. I cannot stand when they back off. It'd be 3rd and 3 and you giving them 10 yards. Like, what?
That's
Why would you do that?
It's an easy completion every time. So at the end of the day, like they could play more aggressively, but for some reason, either they're being coached this way, but they do not have the confidence that I can handle this receiver, Imano, and I got catch-up speed. So that's why we talked about the Dale Greens or the Deion Sanders. Like they already had confidence that you're not faster than me.
Right.
So whatever you do,
Exactly.
even if you get a step on me, I got
I'm catching up with you.
Yeah, it's easy. So at
Now,
the end of the day, they don't have it.
Now, I thought based off of those two teams, because Baltimore and Washington, because it's hard to say the C word, they are literally on paper. If Robinson Jr. was in the game, they're literally the same team.
Yeah, they look very similar. Baltimore and Washington
similar.
look very similar that day.
So I knew on practice wise, preparing for each other, they literally was playing against each other in practice. You know what I mean? We both have a mortal quarterback. We both have a huge running back. We both have a good number one receiver, and the defensive line was B+ to B- type of situation. It was very similar. So I knew it was going to be a close game in general, because I think my score was only like whatever I said was 28-21. I knew it was a 7-point difference. I think I said that last week. So I knew it was going to be like that, but we missed that field goal, so it should have been only down by 4. But I mean.
And to be fair, because I know, we'll be closing up in another 10 minutes or so.
For sure.
Since we don't have a Giants representative on, Giants did play Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati came out with the win, 17-7. Giants played really good defense against a hot Joe Burrow coming into the game. Joe had been throwing pretty well. I don't know how they let him score. Yeah, I don't know how they let him score a 47-yard rushing touchdown. I ain't never seen Joe. Yeah, see, that's why I got to speak on it, because you missed this. Burrow
I didn't watch that.
Ran a 47-yard touchdown.
There was nobody that can catch him.
I think they were just tired.
They put it up like he was blazing too, like he was moving.
It was late.
What?
Yeah,
I gotta watch that. I don't know why I missed those highlights. I should have watched it all.
Yeah, it was a pretty tight game until like the fourth quarter, and then the running back who I had in fantasy, so he helped me win this week. But he ended up scoring a touchdown and putting them away at the end. But the Giants, they've been playing competitive ball all season. They have. Yeah, they just haven't been winning.
Clicking.
Yeah.
At the right times. Yeah.
They missing a certain.
But it's probably gonna click next week.
Watch this. You can appreciate this. They missing a certain Saquon. It's been a Saquon.
If you ask Giants fans, they ain't want him because he dropped passes. He dropped the ball too much. So ask them. That's what they say.
Yeah, that's the words that they say.
Saquon said, "Thank you. I'm in Philly now."
So just quick news. I guess around the league that's going on right now. I know, Pizza, you brought up Hutchinson from Detroit that you wanted to talk about.
Oh, and Hutchinson. Oh,
yeah,
Hutchinson. That was nasty.
That was ugly.
Yeah, because I saw they didn't show. They hardly stay away from. They stay away from like.
But thanks to the internet, you can
replaying injuries. But I was trying to figure out how, because they showed it real fast, so they just showed him. I guess did his own player kick his what happened?
His leg. He made a tackle to sack Dak.
The sack, right? I remember the sack.
And his leg came around and hit his own player.
It was a whiplash.
Yes, and it
got you.
Was like sort of like deal from his shin and
shin on shin.
Nasty, yeah.
Yeah, that was like
the Dak leg injury.
No, that was like what's his name? What's the guy, the MMA fighter?
It was not. It wasn't as bad as that because his fibula and tibia bone was broken, fractured. So the same bone that I broke,
like
got
basically don't have a leg right now.
Yeah.
So he'll be all right. But he out for the rest of the season. I know the coach
for sure. He's definitely
hoping he be back by the Super Bowl, and I'm like, he'll be walking by then. But you don't want him to play on that by then. Trust me.
Not off that fresh heel.
Yeah. But Stan, I will say we don't have the medical advances that they have. I just say that and back up.
You're right.
I mean, honestly, it's crazy to me. Like, you can have an injury and then be in surgery literally the next day,
Right.
Right.
and then be
Yeah,
on
they,
the
they
road
have him
to
on
recover.
standby.
And
They have
then
Yeah,
him
it's
on
like, okay.
standby.
get the treatment. I forgot what you call it. The stem cell research that
Yeah,
they get.
It's
but the
still
surgery
bone.
was successful, so yay him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good to know. Good
So
to
he
hear, good
already
to
had
hear.
the surgery.
Yeah,
They
Dang,
had
Yeah,
surgery.
dang,
he had
Probably
surgery that day.
that day or
dang.
the next day.
that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's fast. I had to wait. You're right. I had to wait a week. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty fast, Aiden. So prayers up to you. Speedy
sure.
recovery.
Speedy
Also
recovery.
around the league, Devontae Adams is finally heading to the Jets. I think I knew that was coming once he
Mhm.
Yeah.
claimed
Yeah,
his
they've been talking about
hamstring.
that for a couple of weeks.
Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers and him can connect.
So
And
I
guess-
jokingly
we'll see.
said to Stanley that he got traded to the Jets for a Coney Island hot dog.
He did. He did. I was just about to say that because I was like, did you see what he got traded for?
I still haven't seen the full package. I know they wanted a second round draft pick and some
A
money,
second and a third.
but is that what they got?
They
Yeah.
said they did get both because I was looking at it and it said a
It's-
conditional third round pick.
Yeah,
But
I mean, I was considering a third because that's what they put in the package. You know
A
what I mean?
second
So it's just like,
and a conditional third.
yeah.
We good then. That's an easy trade. Good luck.
So a hot dog and a bag of
in
chips.
New York,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Because at the end of the day, dang, you know how
The
much
day will
money.
end.
Yeah, the day will end. But it's like Devontae was their most expensive player. So now Max is the most expensive player, Max Crosby, and that makes it easy for the rest of the league.
Not to cut you off, but did you see him push the worse than Aaron Rodgers? Did you see him push that coach the other day?
No, but I think he did that to embody the Aaron Rodgers. It was in the celebratory faction of his sack, but because Aaron did it, it's like, yeah. Because you know how Max is. Max the type of cat that'll be smoking weed during the interview and forget.
Yeah, that dude wild. That dude is a wild guy.
You know, Max funny. He's a comedic fun dude, but he plays hard every play. So as long as he keep playing hard after he got the money, I can rock with you. You good. So
So cool. So I probably want to say, well, actually, we probably need to get to our predictions based off of time constraints, so we can keep it moving. Because I think you got like 15 minutes before you need to get moving.
Cowboys will win.
On a bye week?
No.
The Cowboys
You guys
won't
gonna
lose.
It's
you
a
won't
joke.
lose.
I know
Exactly.
we're on a bye week, so we'll win.
So yeah,
Can't win or lose on a bye week.
All right.
No, we good.
Won't be no winning, but you
We
definitely
will
won't
win.
lose. You won't lose this week.
for sure. So we have Philly. It's Sham.
Who's Philly?
We play the
playing this
Giants on 1:00 on Sunday.
week? Ooh.
So
Is it in New York?
Philly, well, I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, it's in New York. But who cares? We love the Meadowlands. We have
It's a
miracles
home
there.
game for Saquon, right? So Saquon gets to
like
go
right
back
up
to
the
New
street.
York. That's going to
No.
be that's going to be what they're going to promote. You already
I'm
know
going to
it.
say this because I usually when I see the Giants on the schedule, I mark 2 W's because we've owned them for the last 20 years. I think they've only beaten us 9 times in the last 20 years. However, they are due for something good. So I'm thinking they actually might take the win on Sunday. And it hurts me to say that.
Ooh. What's your score for that?
Oh, God. 27-23.
27-23.
I know that's a
Giants.
real random score, but that's how we do things.
It's not random. I'm just trying to think where they're going to get the offense from. Probably neighbors will come back this weekend.
They're going to get it from us because we're going to do something stupid.
Like throw a pick six.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Giants defense is still pretty good when they choose to play. They still pretty nasty.
Hurts will do that now.
I see them play sometimes. I'm like, they could be good when they want to be on the defensive side of the ball. The offense, I still be
think
like,
him and
A
Dak
little
are
sketchy always. Sketchy
Jalen
always.
and Dak are competing neck and neck for who can give the ball away the most.
Yeah.
Who can be a bigger disappointment.
So we have going up with Carolina.
Carolina comes to Washington.
Yes.
The funny thing about that whole thing is before there was a Carolina Panthers and there was no team in the Carolinas, a lot of the Carolinas was watching Washington every week.
It was Washington country. Absolutely. Say that all the time. That's the only reason why I'm
Washington
not
Cowboys
a Panthers fan.
And a couple were like, well, Atlanta's down the street.
Nah.
So yeah. So what do you?
That didn't really happen. I don't know why Cowboys think all networks are turned to the Cowboys. Do you know when you go to Mexico,
Because
they
we're
don't
on
even show the
TV.
Cowboys? They don't even show the Cowboys in Mexico.
They show the Eagles though.
They show the Eagles, but they show the Dolphins all the time. I'm like, why are y'all watching the Miami Dolphins?
Because
in Cancun?
Jerry matter of fact,
Because it's right down the street.
Okay, so it's a good segue into what I wrote down earlier, what I told you guys. And this is for you, PZ. Jerry Jones has sold Dallas fans the addiction of greatness since the 90s. He has formulated his team just to be good enough to keep you guys relevant and in the conversation. You guys do the same exact thing every year for 30 years.
Straight.
And you guys think it is something different is going to come out of the same result. And to my fellow co-hosts, what is that called?
Insanity.
So we
You
appreciate
at one time since you've known me. Have you heard me say we're going to the Super Bowl? This how you
man. Look, that is the cowboy mantra. Sorry, may not be you specifically, but that is the cowboy mantra. So, but with that being said, what is your
prediction?
Your prediction for Carolina? Because we got to wrap it up.
I'm gonna go 24-12 Washington.
It's gonna be a field goal game. I say you can think it's gonna be a field goal game for Carolina.
I think y'all can put up way more points.
We can,
Carolina,
but it's gonna be a game just like Detroit did us.
After you get ahead, you start running the ball to go ahead and get the game over with. And so you don't run the points up with these passes. So, and the thing about it is just like I said last game, I knew Carolina wasn't going to win. But y'all remember, I'm the one who put Andy Dalton in for the Carolina Panthers. I don't know if you know that, Sham. Like the night before it happened, I said they need to put Andy Dalton in as quarterback, put Bryce on the bench, and they'll win at least a game or two just because of Andy Dalton. And literally the next day, they was like, Andy Dalton's going to be starting for the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, it literally happened.
Bryce Young is like thin spaghetti. You ain't even actual spaghetti. You just real
thin spaghetti.
Man, spaghetti. Ooh. Stocks go through the roof. That's wrong. Spaghetti.
The man little. He looked like a 12-year-old out there against men. Put that man in the gym or something. Bulk him up. Fix him.
That's wrong.
Change his diet. High protein, low carb diet.
Right.
He gonna get killed.
Eat after 12 o'clock, sir. Midnight. Just go to sleep on it. So I will give my predictions. I want to say it's going to be around. I think we're going to get close because we've been scoring around 30 points consistently, except for
Baltimore.
So I'm gonna say it's going to be around like a 20. I want to say 34-17. That's what I would go for. So I think that's probably be the best bet for them. But with that being said, from last year's predictions, we just wanted to let you know that this is the reason. I think you messed up. You went for Baltimore. I mean, you said Baltimore we was going to win yesterday, so you got your first loss of the season based on predictions.
That was my fault.
Yeah,
I knew they was going to hit 30. I was just going for like 33. Sham, I gave them 33-31. And I was going to say Baltimore, and I was like, screw it.
Even put it in your
I did the same thing.
But in my heart of hearts, I was just hoping. I knew I was like 33-31 Baltimore. I knew Baltimore would get to 30 because, like I said, I have no confidence in Washington defense. If they had a better defense, we actually be really, really, really good team. But as long as the defense is also skinny spaghetti,
right.
Then we can be beat. We can be beat with that defense. So,
got you, Peasy. You said last week. Did you pick the Cowboys to lose or to win? You said they'll lose, right?
I said we lose. I said we'll lose. I said y'all will lose.
Right. So you go up. Okay. I just want to make sure I put your numbers correctly.
Did you get my prediction for y'all?
Yeah, I just want to make sure I got your number correctly, so we keep that on track. So cool. Well,
you talking about for this week, P?
Yeah, for this week.
Oh, what you want to say? What you think?
Oh,
what you think both games going to look like? What about the Giants as well? Since y'all don't have anything to do with this week, have fun.
That's why I didn't ask because you guys wasn't playing. But if you want to predict 2 weeks from now, sure, go for it.
course, the Eagles will win. I'm looking at 30, maybe 34. The Giants, maybe 7. And I'm looking at
34-7. Wow.
Okay,
yeah.
Sirianni.
I would
And
love to see us put up 30-some points
Against
I mean,
Giants
he's gonna
defense?
probably
That's
have
crazy. Okay.
against
Taylor's probably
anybody.
gonna have 2 interceptions, but he's gonna recover from that, and they're gonna win. And y'all will like win 42-7 or something, or 6 or something like that. It's not gonna be much of a game in Carolina.
You said 47 to what?
He said
42.
42-7.
42 to 7.
Yeah, I think y'all
Good
putting up a
gracious.
40 burger.
Yeah,
I do.
y'all
I
think
think
so,
y'all
too?
gonna put up a 40.
Yeah.
Really?
I think y'all
Yeah.
putting up a 40.
Andy
I-
Dalton does not have enough offense to keep up with the way
I don't
Daniels
know.
is playing.
Y'all haven't been watching any Carolina games, I see.
Why would
But
we?
I mean, they made it competitive
she
against
said that with
Atlanta.
such a straight face. I love yeah.
They made it
I
competitive
didn't look at
against
any of
Atlanta
them either.
last week, this week, but it ain't gonna be the same with y'all.
Yeah, so they are 1-4.
DJ
So-
Moore is thriving in Chicago. Like, who is he throwing it to?
Right. Yeah. And that's an interesting story that we can talk about a little later, but what's his name? Caleb Williams, he's slowly progressing into his self. Like even Jaden Daniels just took off like a rocket.
Yeah.
He's slowly progressing into his self. So
Caleb's game is all about confidence anyway. So
Yeah.
as
He was
long,
looking like he was scared them first 3 games.
as long as he's confident, he should be good. I still wonder because he told everybody before the season when they was doing the what's the show called, Sham, in the preseason when they followed the team.
Oh,
Hard Knocks. Yeah, he told
Knocks.
everybody on Hard Knocks that he don't get nervous, so he don't expect to get nervous before his first NFL game or anything. And one of the
Lies he
guys,
told.
one of the guys for the Chiefs was like, "Trust me, son, you're gonna be nervous before the first game." He was like, "I haven't been nervous since I was 19 years old." So the way we saw the game, he looked nervous to us.
yeah,
But
for sure.
now I think he's settling down, like you said, and the game's slowing down a little more. He's finding the guys that's open and not overthrowing them. So we'll see. They got an off week as well, and then they play Washington.
Yeah,
Washington.
that's what I'm saying. That's going to be a very interesting week, especially on the podcast when we bring up that storyline based on how they came into the league. So I can't wait for that as well.
I'm thinking about going to see him that game. I might go see it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
because it'll be homecoming for Hampton, and it's right up the street. So we'll see. We'll see.
True. Well, that is our time, and I would appreciate everybody who showed up to Cars. I know you had to go, but appreciate you chiming in, giving your piece on your owner. And
Yeah,
PZ,
he had to go see the doctor because of that.
yeah, exactly,
Go see the
exactly.
doctor.
Exactly. Peasy, we appreciate you as well. Stans, thanks for coming out. Sham, thank you for
having
being
me.
Well, thanks you for coming out. We appreciate you
Come
for
back.
showing up, being the first lady. We appreciate your
Come
opinion. We appreciate your comedy.
I'll be
We
happy to
appreciate
come
it
back.
all. Absolutely. Well, thanks for everybody for watching Who Runs the NFC East. We hope everybody has a great day. Keep God first.
So this week, we didn't answer that question. So again,
that?
this week, who runs the NFC East this week?
Oh, we run the NFC East right now because we are still, no matter what we've
Number
lost,
one.
we are still number 1 in the division.
Yeah. No
Stan,
lies
this
to
goes
take.
back to what you were saying. You see, I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's a picture of Dak and it's a picture of CeeDee Lamb, and they're laying on a bed of money.
Yep.
Mm,
Yep.
there's your problem.
Oh my God.
And there's the problem.
What'd you say before, Peasy? You said throw it up for what? Throw up for?
Jump ball. For,
Jump
Jump
ball,
ball,
boy.
boy.
Mm-hmm.
Jump ball.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what he confirmed. That's what he said too. You
Right,
said,
he did.
Yeah, they confirmed that. That's what he said to Dak. So I
It's
guess
all
they
good.
saying that on the
Hey.
bed of
Your lip reading is
That's
better than
really
mine.
Good.
money.
Oh yeah, we give out that boy good awards based on when. Matter of fact, we don't have time, but next week
You
We
get
got you,
that
brother.
boy good. Yeah.
you get that. But for sure, but like again, we like to appreciate everybody for showing up.
Word.
Like you said before, keep God first. We'll holler at you later. Thanks for coming out. Y'all have a good day.
Peace.